Sister Spouse's fans spot clear sign Robyn earthy-colored lying. Sister Spouse's fans accept they have spotted indications when Robyn Brown is lying. They have noticed her confession booths and think she emits a couple of hints that she isn't being honest. All in all, what are they, and is it a precise evaluation? Continue to peruse for additional subtleties on what watchers needed to say. Fans spot clear sign Robyn earthy-colored lying. Robyn Brown will in general get called out in her confession booths and afterward debate all that she is being blamed for. It was asserted that she had found out about getting the principal legitimate spouse to separate from the husband. Then, the following spouse would wed him, etc. Anyway, was that her end-all strategy from the start? To come into the family and eventually become the vitally legitimate spouse? She would agree that no, and that she had never known about any such thing. Rather, Mary Brown proposed to separate from Kody Brown so Robyn's children could be embraced into the family even when it came to the earthy-colored youngster's Christmas bunch text. The children generally said exactly the same thing regarding Robyn meddling and eliminating her kids. In any case, she had her own account which didn't line up with what every other person said unfolded. One last model is Robyn generally attempted to carry on like she was near Mary and that she wanted her. In all actuality, as Mary later shared, Robyn was exceptionally far off. Mary would attempt to text and contact see her sister spouse and was met with silence. Now, the OG3 have left the plural family and Robyn Brown is left with Kody, living in monogamy. She is being consulted about the destruction and where she and Kody as of now stand. Whenever she is tested, fans on Reddit notice Robyn shifts her eyes. They feel this is an indication of being untruthful. She's continuously gazing upward or her eyes shift left and right. I'm not a nonverbal communication master, but rather I accept these are indications of lying. She never gives eye-to-eye connection. This is all untruths. Sister Spouse's fans can't help but concur. They perceived how Robyn Brown had extremely sneaky eyes and frequently evaded the camera. Exemplary lying nonverbal communication. Indeed, examined as a definite indication of lying. Indeed, and I think she gazes toward the Klieg lights to make her eyes water. You know, tears. However, never works. It has been discussed the way that Robyn generally turns upward to welcome on the waterworks, however nobody has at any point seen a genuine tear tumble from her eyes. They likewise have seen that her little girls, Aurora and Brianna, have acquired her crying has confronted mounting pressures and clashes inside his family over late years. With 3 of his 4 relationships disintegrating and a broke dynamic among his kids, it's no big surprise that Kody appears to be progressively frustrated. Presently, bits of gossip are whirling that Kody might be thinking about escaping the US through and through, purportedly tired of the tenacious show encompassing his own life and public persona. Devotees of the show are left pondering, is Kody Brown genuinely wanting to leave the nation, and how could this affect the earthy-colored family? The setting of Kody's developing disappointment. The beyond couple of times of sister spouses have chronicled Kody's crumbling associations with 3 of his wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary. Christine was quick to leave, taking a strong action to Utah and tracking down joy in her freedom. Janelle stuck to this same pattern, splitting away from Kody following quite a while of feeling unsupported. Indeed, even Mary, whose relationship with Kody has been stale for a really long time, seems, by all accounts, to be rethinking her faithfulness to the patriarch. In the meantime, Kody has discovered some comfort in his relationship with his 4th spouse, Robyn, however their bond has experienced harsh criticism from fans and relatives the same. Many have blamed Kody for partiality, asserting he disregards his different spouses and kids to focus on Robyn and her youngsters. This analysis, joined with the public examination the family faces, has apparently left Kody feeling overpowered and frantic for a getaway. Indicates leaving the country. In late episodes, Kody truly wants to move away from everything. He's implied that the consistent show inside the family, and the tension of living in the public eye, has negatively affected his emotional well-being. In one authentic second, Kody admitted, "Now and then I simply need to vanish. Begin once again someplace where nobody knows who I'm." Sources near the family guarantee that Kody has examined leaving the country with Robyn. 2 or 3 has purportedly considered moving to a calmer, more confidential area, potentially beyond the US. While no particular objective has been affirmed, fans have estimated that Kody might be looking at nations with less media examination and more protection for his whimsical way of life. Family responses to Kody's departure plan. The possibility of Kody leaving the nation has not agreed with everybody in the earthy-colored family. Christine and Janelle, who have previously reduced most, if not all, connection with Kody, purportedly consider the idea ludicrous. Kody taking off addresses nothing, an insider near the family shared. The show he's so tired through is generally of his own effort. Mary, who has remained to some degree faithful to Kody regardless of their alienated relationship, is supposed to be clashed. While she comprehends Kody's craving to get away from the turmoil, she supposedly feels deserted by his absence of obligation to settling their family issues. Mary has frequently been reprimanded for remaining in a marriage where Kody has straightforwardly expressed he has no heartfelt affections for her. If Kody somehow happened to leave, it could check the last nail in the casket of their all-around delicate relationship. The earthy-colored youngsters, especially those from Kody's past relationships, are likewise supposed to be disappointed. A considerable lot of them have stood in opposition to feeling ignored by their dad, and the possibility of Kody leaving the nation has just exacerbated their sensations of relinquishment. Gabe and Post, Janelle's children, have been especially vocal in communicating their failure in Kody's needs. Fans' take: is Kody running from responsibility? Enthusiasts of sister spouses have rushed to say something regarding the gossipy tidbits about Kody escaping the nation, and the agreement is to a great extent basic. Many trust that Kody's craving to leave is an endeavor to try not to take responsibility for his activities. Kody made this show, one fan composed on Reddit. He disregarded his spouses, played top choices, and estranged his children. Kody leaving the nation would Presently he needs to take off as opposed to managing rather than repairing his connections or possessing to his mix-ups, he'd prefer getaway and leave every other person to get the pieces. What's the significance here for Robyn? If Kody somehow managed to escape the nation, it's close to 100% sure that Robyn would go with him. The two have been indivisible since the beginning of their marriage, and Robyn has frequently been blamed for empowering Kody's way of behaving. Pundits have contended that Robyn's impact plays had a critical influence in Kody's broken associations with his different spouses and kids. In any case, even Robyn might have hesitations about evacuating her life. As the mother of small kids, she may be reluctant to abandon the emotionally supportive network she has implicit Flagstaff. Moreover, migrating to another nation could mean surrendering the monetary advantages and openness that accompany being essential for a hit unscripted television show. The operations of leaving. Leaving the nation wouldn't be a basic undertaking for Kody and Robyn. Strategically, they would have to think about variables like lawful residency, monetary security, and the effect on their loved ones. In addition, their contribution in sister spouses muddles matters. As stars of a long-running unscripted television series, Kody and Robyn are legally committed to take part in shooting, and leaving the nation could endanger their future on the show. There's likewise whether or not Kody and Robyn could manage the cost of such a move. The earthy-colored family's monetary battles have been irrefutable, with regular disagreements regarding cash and bombed undertakings. Moving to another country would probably require huge assets, raising questions about whether Kody's arrangement is plausible. Could this be a feint? A few fans hypothesize that Kody's discussion of escaping the nation may be a greater amount of a close-to-home explosion than a well-thought-out plan. Throughout the long term, Kody has been known for his emotional responses and propensity to move fault onto others. His remarks about leaving could essentially be an approach to communicating his disappointment, as opposed to a veritable aim to migrate. What's next for Kody Brown? Whether Kody really leaves the nation is not yet clear. What is clear, in any case, is that the continuous show inside the earthy-colored family is arriving at a limit. Kody's associations with his spouses and youngsters are more stressed than any other time, and his longing to get away from highlights his failure, or reluctance, to resolve these issues head-on. For enthusiasts of sister spouses, Kody's potential flight brings up interesting issues about the eventual fate of the show. Could the series go on without its focal figure? Or on the other hand, could Kody's non-attendance stamp the conclusion of a significant time period for the earthy-colored family? End. Kody Brown's reputed plans to escape the nation feature the developing breaks in his once-joined family. While his disappointment with the show is reasonable, many accept that leaving would just further crack his connections. Rather than taking off, Kody has a potential chance to face his missteps, modify his associations, and get a sense of ownership with his job and the family's difficulties. The truth will come out eventually whether Kody will finish his break plan or face the show head-on. However, one thing is sure, the earthy-colored family's process proceeds to enrapture and energize fans, guaranteeing that sister spouses appears to have arrived at a tipping point. What started as a weighty reality series investigating the complexities of plural marriage has declined into a grandstand of brokenness, preference, and unsettled show. Fans who once enthusiastically fixed on perceive how Kody Brown and his 4 spouses explored coexistence are currently requiring the show to end. From tedious storylines to stressed connections, watchers have voiced their dissatisfaction, contending that sister spouses no longer fills its unique need, and may try and be causing more damage than great. The first reason versus current reality. At the point when Sister Spouses debuted in 2010, it was praised for offering an uncommon look into the existences of a cutting-edge polygamist family. Kody Brown and his 4 spouses, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, tried to challenge generalizations and demonstrate the way that their way of life could be cherishing, practical, and satisfying. The early seasons featured their aggregate endeavors to raise an enormous family, explore cultural judgment, and remain joined in spite of their disparities. Quick forward to the present, and the show looks similar to its unique reason. Polygamy is no longer at the front, all things being equal, the series has turned into a chronicling of broken connections. With Christine and Janelle leaving the family and Meri apparently shoved aside, the center has moved to Kody's stressed associations with everybody with the exception of Robyn. Watchers feel the show is as of now not a portrayal of plural marriage, but instead a stage for circulating complaints and unsettled clashes. Fans developing dissatisfaction. Numerous long-lasting fans have communicated that the show has lost its validness. This isn't about polygamy any longer, one watcher composed via online entertainment. It's tied in with watching Kody and Robyn distance every other person in the family. The developing insight is that Kody and Robyn are at the focal point of the family's concerns, with Kody blamed for bias and Robyn seen as controlling circumstances for her potential benefit. This story has eclipsed the show's unique expectation, leaving watchers feeling disappointed. In addition, fans have become worn out on the redundant idea of the storylines. Each season appears to reuse similar subjects, monetary battles, strain over relational peculiarities, and Kody's failure to take responsibility. Rather than resolving these issues in a significant manner, the show frequently skirts around goals, leaving fans feeling like they're trapped in an unending circle of dramatization without development or conclusion. The effect on the earthy-colored family. One of the most indisputable cases for finishing sister spouses is the cost it gives off an impression of being taking on the earthy-colored family. The public circulating of their confidential issues has just extended the divisions inside the family. Christine's takeoff, for instance, was commended by fans who considered it to be an important stage for her bliss, yet it likewise featured exactly the way that broke the family has become. Meri has likewise confronted public embarrassment because of her stressed relationship with Kody, who has straightforwardly expressed that he no longer has heartfelt affections for her. Janelle, who was once viewed as the peacemaker of the gathering, has reduced most, if not all, connection with Kody and the family's poisonous elements. The kids, as well, have stood in opposition to their childhoods at the center of attention, with some communicating disdain toward their dad's choices. The show's proceeded with presence just compounds these issues, as it powers the family to remember their struggles for the cameras. Fans contend that finishing the series could give the Browns the space they need to recuperate and push ahead without the additional tension of public investigation. Does the show fill a need any longer? One of the greatest inquiries encompassing sister spouses is whether the show actually fills a need. In its initial years, it meant to teach crowds about polygamy and cultivate comprehension of a got way of life wrong. Be that as it may, with the family done rehearsing plural marriage in any significant manner, fans feel the show has lost its heading. A few watchers have brought up that the series has reverted into a stage for Kody's inner self and Robyn's legitimizations for their activities. Others accept that the show has become shifty, benefiting off the torment and brokenness of a once-joined family. Calls for conclusion. The opinion among fans is clear: it's the ideal opportunity for sister spouses to end. Many contend that the show has run its course and that proceeding with it would just prompt further disintegration of the relational peculiarity. "This family needs treatment, not another season," one fan remarked on Reddit. One more expressed, "The show has become poisonous, and it's agonizing to watch. Let them head out in a different direction and cover their protection and spotlight on modifying their connections from the cameras." For Christine, Janelle, and their youngsters, continuing on from sister spouses could mean abandoning the stuff of the past and making another story for their lives. Tender loving care's job in the discussion. Pundits have likewise gotten down on attention for proceeding to deliver the show in spite of the apparent strain it puts on the family. Some vibe that the organization is focusing on evaluations over the prosperity of the Tans. While Sister Spouses stays a famous program, fans contend that its prosperity comes at excessively high an expense. There's likewise a developing worry about the message the show ships off its crowd. By sustaining the brokenness and neglecting to consider Kody responsible for his activities, a few fans feel that Sister Spouses subverts its unique aim of cultivating understanding and sympathy. The eventual fate of the earthy-colored family. As the calls to end Sister Spouses develop stronger, this has yet to be addressed: what will befall the earthy-colored family in the event that the show closes? For Christine and Janelle, the response appears to be clear: they are flourishing beyond the family's harmful elements and have fabricated effective free lives. Mary, as well, has been zeroing in on her own endeavors, including her quaint little in business. Kody and Robyn, in any case, may confront a more dubious future. Without the show's pay, they would probably have to track down better approaches to help their loved ones. Fans have conjectured that the deficiency of the series could likewise compel Kody to defy his weaknesses and move toward fixing his associations with his kids. And after over 10 years, obviously Sister Spouses has arrived at a junction. While the show was once a pivotal investigation of polygamy, it has reverted into a pattern of brokenness and unsettled struggle. Fans who once upheld the series are presently requiring its end, contending that it no longer fills its unique need and might be causing more damage than great. Finishing the series could give the earthy-colored family the valuable chance to recuperate and push ahead without the weight of public investigation. For watchers, it would offer conclusion to an excursion that has crossed north of 10 years. At last, the opportunity has arrived for Sister Spouses to bow out smoothly, abandoning a tradition of the two victories and difficulties.